Humans have a peculiar trait. Unlike other animals who learn from their mistakes, we often repeat ours. This story explores that very idea, set in a future where humans create replicants, advanced androids, to simplify their lives and handle more arduous tasks. Replicants are designed to be indistinguishable from humans, possessing feelings, emotions, and even bleeding when injured. Initially, they integrate seamlessly, working diligently alongside their creators. However, a dangerous shift occurs. Some replicants turn violent, harming and killing humans. To counter this threat, specialized units of replicants, known as hunters or blade runners, are deployed. These hunters are loyal to humans, obedient to their commands, and tasked with killing rogue replicants. Our story begins with Officer K, a hunter whose job is precisely that, retiring replicants. Today, his mission is to eliminate a rogue replicant named Sapper Morton. K tracks Sapper to his base and waits inside his home. When Sapper appears, K ambushes him, leading to an intense fight. K ultimately kills Sapper. Before he dies, Sapper tells K, "You're hunting your own kind because you've never seen a miracle." With that cryptic remark, Sapper dies. K washes his hands and prepares to leave, only to receive a call from his lieutenant. As he assures her the mission was successful and he's returning to base, his eyes catch sight of a peculiar tree. Intrigued, K stops his vehicle and inspects the tree. An X-ray scan reveals a hidden box buried 5 feet beneath it. K retrieves the box and takes it to his high-tech base for analysis. Afterward, K undergoes a routine psychological evaluation, a series of challenging questions designed to assess his mental stability and readiness for the next mission. He answers them flawlessly, passing the test. On his way home, K observes throngs of unemployed citizens protesting against the government. Back in his apartment, he's preparing breakfast when his AI hologram girlfriend Joy appears. It's their first anniversary, and K gives her a portable emitter, allowing her to accompany him anywhere in the world. He takes Joy outside, where she experiences rain for the first time, delighting in the sensation. Their bond deepens, leading to intimacy. Suddenly, K receives a message from his lieutenant. The box from Sapper's home contains crucial information, and she summons him to the lab immediately. Upon arrival, the lab's scientist reveals the box is a military-grade container holding a female skeleton. As the scientist zooms in on the bones under a microscope, he discovers the woman died during childbirth. K then examines the bones himself and makes a shocking discovery: a serial number unique to every replicant model etched onto the bones. His lieutenant, aghast, questions how a replicant could give birth. She emphasizes the catastrophic implications if this information became public, as the inability to reproduce is the only definitive difference between humans and replicants. She orders K to destroy all evidence related to the case and eliminate the child. Leaving the lab, K is stunned by the revelation that replicants can bear children. Sapper Morton's dying words echo in his mind: "You've never seen a miracle." K now believes Sapper was referring to this very miracle. He dedicates himself fully to this new mission, heading straight to Earth headquarters, a repository of information on all replicants, hoping to find a lead. At Earth headquarters, the receptionist informs K that all replicant data was mysteriously erased during a massive blackout in Los Angeles exactly 30 years ago, a 10-day event that plunged the city into darkness. No one ever discovered who was responsible. Disappointed, K finds no useful information. Just then, a woman named Love appears. Love explains she was sent by Mr. Wallace, the owner of the Wallace Corporation, which manufactures replicants. Love leads K to a secret room containing a salvaged database from the blackout. She plays an audio file linked to the serial number, revealing a man named Deckard interviewing a replicant. The poor audio quality prevents K from gleaning more. K then seeks out a man who worked with Deckard for many years, also a replicant. This man dismisses K's inquiries, stating Deckard retired 30 years ago and they haven't spoken since. K leaves disheartened. Meanwhile, Love returns to Wallace, who is experimenting on a female replicant, desperate to create one with reproductive capabilities to mass produce them. Wallace believes this would bring immense profit to his company. During the experiment, Wallace makes an incision on the replicant's private parts, but she dies. Wallace, aware of the child's existence, instructs Love to find it and bring it to him. K visits a restaurant where he notices he's being observed. Some women flirt with him, one of whom, Mariette, becomes particularly persistent. K largely ignores her, but before leaving, she tells him where she lives, implying he can find her if he ever needs her. K then returns to Sapper Morton's house for a more thorough investigation. He discovers a hidden compartment in a piano, containing a photograph of a woman standing by the same tree where K found the box. K revisits the tree and, inspecting its base, finds a carved date that shocks him. Simultaneously, Love infiltrates K's lab to retrieve skeleton samples, following Wallace's orders to find the child. A guard tries to stop her, but Love cunningly kills him and escapes with the samples. Kay meets his lieutenant, who inquires about the case. Kay reports no new leads. The lieutenant then asks about Kay's childhood, a sensitive topic for replicants as their memories are implanted. Kay recounts memories of an orphanage where he spent his childhood, recalling a wooden horse toy that other children would chase him for. He hid the toy, and when the children couldn't find it, they beat him badly. Kay tells her that's all he remembers. Kay goes to the records room at his headquarters to find information about all children born on that specific date. Joy joins him, suggesting that perhaps he is the child, that he isn't an ordinary replicant, and there's something special about him. Kay dismisses the idea. He discovers that 2 children were born that day, a boy and a girl. The girl died from an illness, and the boy was sent to an orphanage. Kay sets out for the orphanage. Upon reaching the orphanage, Kay is attacked, but Luv intervenes, saving him. Her company built Kay's spaceship, which allowed her to track his location. Kay enters the orphanage and sees many children working. He interrogates the owner, who initially resists but eventually reveals that the children's records were kept in a room. Kay discovers some pages torn from the records, containing information about the child he's looking for. The identity of the person who removed these pages will be revealed later. Kay wanders through the orphanage, finding it eerily familiar, resembling his childhood memories. He reaches a spot where he remembers hiding something. There he finds his wooden horse toy. Examining it closely, he discovers the same carved date he saw on the tree. Kay is shocked, now truly believing that the child he's been searching for is himself. He returns home and discusses this with Joy. She suggests that if his childhood memories prove to be real, it would confirm his identity as the child. Kay agrees that this can be verified. To do so, Kay visits a secret lab belonging to Wallace, where he meets Dr. Stelline, a scientist who creates artificial memories for replicants. Kay asks Stelline to verify if his memories are real. Stelline examines his memories and becomes emotional, confirming that they are indeed real. Kay is now fully convinced he is the child he was looking for. As Kay leaves Stelline's lab, he's arrested by police for unauthorized entry and taken to headquarters. There, he's forced to undergo the same post-mission psychological test. This time, he fails. His lieutenant approaches him, expressing her concern, calling him her best hunter, but noting he's lost his focus. Due to his failure, she suspends him. Kay returns home, where Mariette, the woman from the restaurant, visits him. They share an intimate moment, and in the morning, Mariette cunningly places a GPS tracker on Kay's clothes. Kay takes his wooden horse to an expert, who performs an X-ray. The expert reveals traces of a unique radiation within the toy, matching radiation found near Los Angeles. Kay decides to go there. Meanwhile, Love meets Kay's lieutenant and demands his location. The lieutenant refuses, enraging Love, who brutally stabs her to death, extracts Kay's location from her computer. Kay arrives in the heavily radiated, dusty, and dark city. Feeling uneasy, he enters a house and finds Deckard. Kay tries to speak to him, but Deckard shoots him, knocking him down. When Deckard searches, he can't find Kay. Kay had hidden in a room with a hologram projector displaying a video. Deckard enters the room. Kay attempts to explain the truth, but Deckard attacks him. Kay manages to convince him to listen. They go to another room where Deckard makes them drinks. Kay asks Deckard about his wife and child. Deckard reveals his wife's name was Rachel, and that he never saw his son because orders were given to kill him. To save the child's life, he was sent to an orphanage. Kay asks why he didn't search for him. Deckard explains that the blackout erased all information about the child, and it was safer for the child if he stayed away. Suddenly, Love and her army attack them. Kay and Deckard are severely injured by the blast. Kay fights Love's forces, but they are outnumbered and Love captures him. Love then brutally beats Kay into unconsciousness. A device falls from Kay's pocket containing Joy's entire memory. Love crushes the device, destroying Joy completely. Kay is heartbroken by Joy's death. Love leaves Kay on the ground and takes Deckard aboard her spaceship to Wallace. Sometime later, Mariette arrives, having tracked Kay using the GPS. She takes Kay to an underground room and tends to his wounds. A woman named Freysa appears, identifying herself as the leader of a group called the Revolutionaries. She reveals that her group orchestrated the blackout and erased the data to save Rachel's daughter. Kay, surprised, says he thought the child was a boy. Freysa explains they had to pretend the child was a boy to deter pursuit, thus protecting Rachel's daughter. Kay is shattered, having believed all along that he was Rachel's son, only to discover she had a daughter. Freysa tells Kay that if he joins them, they can change the world and punish those who oppress replicants. She instructs him to kill Deckard before he gives information to Wallace. Kay agrees to join her group. Meanwhile, Wallace confronts Deckard, demanding information about the child. Deckard refuses. Wallace attempts to emotionally blackmail him by showing him a prototype of Rachel, but Deckard remains steadfast, stating he hasn't seen his child since birth. Wallace, disbelieving, orders Love to imprison him. Love takes Deckard aboard her spaceship to transport him to prison. Suddenly, Kay attacks Love's spaceship, shooting down 2 other ships and crashing the one carrying Deckard and Love into the ocean. As Love tries to escape the wreckage, Kay first shoots her vessel's driver, ensuring no escape. However, Kay is also shot and severely wounded. A dangerous fight ensues between Love and Kay as water fills the sinking spaceship, threatening to drown Deckard, who is handcuffed. During the fight, Love manages to knock Kay unconscious and attempts to save Deckard, but Kay unexpectedly revives, attacks Love again, and drowns her. Kay and Deckard escape the sinking spaceship just in time. They go to Dr. Stelline's lab. It's revealed that Stelline is, in fact, Deckard and Rachel's daughter. Kay understood this when Freysa mentioned Rachel's child was a girl. Kay realized then that Stelline was the one. When Stelline examined Kay's memories earlier, she became emotional because they were her own implanted into him. Kay gives Deckard the wooden horse toy and sends him inside to meet his daughter, while Kay collapses on the lab stairs, bleeding profusely from his gunshot wound. As Deckard finally meets his daughter, he becomes overwhelmed with emotion. The story ends here, with some unresolved questions. Is Kay truly dead or alive? And with the villain still at large, the answers to these questions await the next part of the story. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.